front of the dock and let it push us back in there again. Come on, take it. Might have got burgled. Oh, no. He's gone.
What you got?
Not sure. I got a mangrove snapper.
Is he big enough?
We were after. Woo!
Is he big enough? That's the thing.
He's gonna be close. He's gonna be close. Give my hook back. Alright, you ever seen one called a mangrove? There's your teeth.
So, they got a little bit of teeth on them.
Don't stick your finger in there. Alright, gotta be 10 inches, so got our first mangrove in the boat. Give me a check real quick. First one in the boat. Exactly 10. He made it barely, but poor fool made it. That's his fault. One in the boat. He didn't make it by a lot, but he made the call. Go back out here and see if we can get another one out of this hole. Alright, made it back to the house. As you saw, had a good day out there with Uncle Jim. Nice fun day. Had the one mangrove snapper that was a keeper. A little 10-incher right here. 10 and an eighth. 10 inches legal. He was 10 and an eighth. Been catching a bunch of small ones over in that area, so he was a keeper. Wanted to bring him home. Did have fun with that big tarpon. Hope the video did it justice. That was a nice fish, good fight. Never caught one of these mangroves before. They're a beautiful fish. They're very aggressive. Very sharp teeth. If you can see in that mouth there, they got some teeth on them, so you got to be careful when you're taking the hooks out. But like I say, fish this size, people are like, oh, why'd you keep that little one? This guy makes a nice little fish sandwich. So all we're going to do, we're going to knock the sides off of him real quick and get him filleted out. So we'll come in here right behind those fins. They do have some pretty gnarly scales on them, so just kind of get in there with your knife. You can always use the point. Like I always tell you, good knife. You can see those big hard scales. Use that point if you need to. Get in behind it. And we'll come right down, just like that. I'm going to do that on both sides. Just like that. Now, like I say, I always talk about using the point of the knife, so that's all we're going to do. Take the point of the knife, let it mark your territory. Right down, you get to the tail, right on through. Clean the scales off the knife, then come back in. Just let the knife do the work. Make sure you keep your hand out of the way. You don't want to get cut. The knife's coming in there. I'll come back this side. Once this knife gets in, you can see. Make sure your cuts are all the way through. A couple little pin bones to break through. Little small ones on the little fish like this. Just let that knife get in there. It's going to go up over those ribs, or you can go through them. It's kind of your choice on how you want to do it. I usually go over them. I see it just peels back, nice and easy. Little small rib cage right there. Nice little fillet. Trying to get this done. I don't know if you can hear in the background. The afternoon rains are starting to move in. So once you get him free, leave a little bit on the back side. Just wiggle the knife through. That'll go away. Feel down through here. Got a few bones right there, so we're just gonna pop there, right here. That's where they're at. I'm gonna come in here. That's a couple of those ribs, with them being small. Those ribs broke off. They come right down through here, so I'm just gonna take them off. Right there, gets those couple ribs out. Like I say, you get two fillets like that, makes a nice little fish sandwich. So I'm gonna knock the side off the other part of this fish, and we will see y'all later. All right, welcome to the kitchen now. You saw earlier, went out today, had that nice little mangrove snapper. So we got him right here, 2 little fillets. As a bonus, because we only have the 1 mangrove snapper, if you saw our last video, and I recommend you go back and watch it, we had shark. In that video, we cooked the shark a completely different way. We also did a video on how to clean the shark properly. So for the kids tonight, we figured nice little nuggets while we're cooking mangrove snapper, just to add a little more meat to the meal. So what we're gonna start out with, real simple seasonings. Good old black powder. Black pepper, pretty much any meat. A little bit of black pepper goes with all of it, so we'll get it all. Nice little coating. Then we're just gonna, Everglades fish and chicken. And the black powder, I'm only gonna do on the one side. I'll do a light coating of this. I'm gonna flip these over and hit this on the second side on them. I only did the black pepper just for the fact that with the kids, we love the black pepper, but if you tell them it's got black pepper on it, they're not as big of fans. I hit a little bit more Everglades on the shark. All right, so what we're gonna do now, keeping it simple tonight, bag of flour. We'll start with our mangrove snapper, putting him in, on that top, between them light dust. Then we'll come right over here to my pan, do a heat check on our temperature. Oil's nice and good, flour sizzle went in. I'll adjust my heat just a little bit. So we just got a light dusting on them. Just gonna sit them in there. And get those set in that nice little oil bath. While they're in there, I'll throw my nuggets in. Shake these nuggets while those are cooking. Give the nuggets a nice little shake in the flour. Set them right there for a minute. Let them wait their turn. On this fish, like I say, nice small pieces like we talked about before. Get it with tongs, flip it over. On that nice, I say, not a heavy batter, not a heavy crusting on tonight, just that seasoning, let the flavor of the actual fish come through. Throw that over here out of the way. Just gonna let those cook for another minute or so. We'll check the other, check it again. While they're cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and start dropping these nuggets in. And they're still nice and small. And I always kind of pick them up and then with my hands, I kind of shake my hand and the fingers. Let any of that excess flour drop through, back into the bag. You don't want us to cook the whole bottom of our pan with all that flour. It. We'll let that shark surround that mangrove snapper. Dust my hand off real quick at the sink. And we'll check the snapper real quick. Looking good, has a good texture, good feel to it. Give it just a second on that side. Get these last couple pieces in. By the time I get the rest of this shark in there, it will be done. That finishes that off. Hand a quick rinse over to me. Now dry. Let's see about pulling this first piece. Pull that second piece. Start turning the shark around. Just want to rotate it around, make sure it hits all the sides best you can. You can look at the color. Let's see, pink on top, white on the bottom. Flip it to the pink side. Just move them around. Just looking for a nice color out of them. And let them sit and cook a little bit more. Easy way to do it, just kind of wipe down any extra flour that got around. Got my damp paper towel, wipe my hands, wipe that. That takes care of that. These are looking pretty good. They won't be much longer now. Like they like to do a lot of stuff, smaller pieces, higher heat. Not too high, you don't want to scorch it, but a nice high heat. Cooks quick. And pull it out and let it rest. Don't overcook it on any of your fish. Don't want to overcook it. It's better to get it hot, get those internal temperatures up a little bit, and then pull it out and let it sit and rest a minute. And it'll finish all the way through the middle. What I like to do in a situation like this, that's one of the last pieces I put in, the test piece. I'll just take these, break it. There you can see, it's white through the middle. So we know it's all done. Heat goes off. Now start pulling them out. Put them up here. Let a little bit of that oil drain off onto the paper towel. Now if I got a nice bread coating, I'll use my drying rack. Since it's just a nice little light flour coating, you're gonna do this, let some of that oil drain off, let all that fish rest for a minute. Once we get these pulled, we're gonna get the boys and we will see you at the table. And we are back at the table. We just sat down, getting ready to say our prayer and eat. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to say our little prayer. And who would like to say prayer tonight? Any volunteers?
Go out.
We go around the table. Carl's favorite thing now. We have to go around the table and everybody has to say something. And we're working on making sure the boys are saying something they're thankful for and not asking for stuff. So they're getting better and better. We're working with them. But Carl has to go around the table. And if you break the chain, we got to start over. So we want to make sure we follow the rules. All right, Carl.
Mama?
Thank you for the time we had with friends today and the time Daddy had on the boat.
I hope Granny and Grandpa's going to feel better, and I hope you have a good day tomorrow, Daddy.
Lord, thank you for today. Thank you for the safe travel, safe time. Thank you for our family. Thank you for all that you bless us with, and bless this food to our body. Carl, we're going to finish? Amen.
Amen.
All right, so Carl chose leftovers for the hot dog tonight, so he's not trying the fish. So we got Mama and Tommy.
This was our last shark from yestertime, and it was cooked differently. But I'm going to go for the mangrove snapper first. Very good. Tastes like something we ate before.
Oh, that's delicious.
Yep.
That's very.
I'm gonna try this
You got
a different
crunchy
way.
edges and yet flaky insides. Good.
And your shark nugget, Tommy.
It's hot.
It's a hot shark nugget.
Mmm. That's good.
But it's almost the same.
Yeah. All right. Well, tonight was a little bit of a leftover night since we didn't have a lot of fish. We had some not old leftover fish, but some leftover fish from the last time we were out. The one mangrove snapper we brought home. And of course, sweet little Carl with his hot dog. And leftover rice pilaf and noodles and everything else. We're just having a good old family dinner. I'm sure many of y'all out there are leftover people too. So we're going to sit down, eat these leftovers, have a good time, and we will see you next time.